to the second edition of the As of Yet Unnamed podcast, here yet to be determined. I am your host, the marvelous Mike Dudley, as followed as always by my younger brother,
MD3 checking in. What's going on? It's Marcus Dudley. We need to do like a Resident Evil 4. Welcome.
What you buying?
What you buying? Anyways.
So, for the second episode, we're going to open up the listener mailbag. You can reach us, as always, at www.thisisonlyabit.com / don't take this seriously.
Yeah, / take a joke.
So, we just figured since we're already so big and so huge in the podcasting world, we'd open up the listener mailbag to you, our ever faithful listeners,
yep.
The fans that we love and cherish.
We're willing this into fruition.
So just to answer the mailbag and just get some general questions out of the way to kind of hear where we're coming from, to, kind of get our mindset and just answer the questions that you guys want to know.
These are the questions and answers that the people want, nay, deserve.
They ask for it. They want it.
They want it.
They needs it. Give it to me. Hard and fast. So starting off, we're going to go with the first question. And this is coming from Jacob Jerkoff127 at yahoo.com. That's a fake name. That's not his real name.
Yeah.
It can't be. That's not a real name.
It probably does exist.
That's not a real name. It can't be. There's no one named Jacob Jerkoff. So, first question is, what would be your weapon of choice from any movie?
Any movie?
Any movie is what he said. So We're going to eliminate television shows. We're going to eliminate video games just because they specify movie.
Well, mine is a backdoor answer, but do you have one?
I got one, but it's kind of a general answer, and I think it's going to be the one you're going to say, so I'm going to think on it. Go ahead and just tell me what you want.
All right. Not a fan of the movie, but I have always been a fan of this. I would want... a lightsaber is hard to say no against. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a rad weapon. But I feel like it's a little too low-hanging fruit, even though the one I'm about to say is... I would want a Green Lantern ring. I think the Green Lantern ring... the Ryan Reynolds one. I hope they do that franchise justice one day. But I have always thought.
No, we can just let that franchise die.
No, I don't mean with Ryan Reynolds. I mean the Green Lantern franchise.
Okay,
yeah. No, that movie has a special place that already exists. But no, I just always thought that was like one of the coolest weapons ever. The power of willpower, and you can make constructs, and you're invincible, and you get the shielding, and you get the little domino mask and all that, dude. Like, it's so rad. Like, even Batman has the joke where he's talking to Hal Jordan, because historically Hal Jordan just makes, like, baseball gloves and trains and baseball bats and trampolines and, like, silly, silly shit. That's why, in my opinion, Jon Stewart is the best Green Lantern, but that's a whole different podcast, when it comes to constructs, at least. But, yeah, Batman has a thing. He's like, you have the world's most powerful weapon, and here you are making children's toys. Like... in the right hands, that thing is just so rad. And somebody who has will is just, man, they could do whatever. It's like, it's unfuckwittable.
So there was a run in a pretty recent Green Lantern where basically Hal Jordan had to fall back under the tutelage of Sinestro.
I think that was New 52.
It was New 52. Yeah. And so there's a scene where Sinestro basically is training Hal Jordan, and he demolishes a bridge, and cars are falling in, and people are panicking, whatever. And he's doing it to prove a point, because Hal Jordan says, "Oh my God, we have to save all these people. We have to save as many as we can."
Right.
And Sinestro holds him back and says, "Hal, don't you understand? If you open up your mind, you can save them all." And he instantaneously picks up everyone that was in a panic, that was falling off the bridge, picks them up with chairs and is serving them coffee, and has robots that are like massaging their shoulders and stuff. Like, it's this genius idea of you are only limited by the power of your imagination.
And what you can will into fruition. I'm a fan of Kevin Smith, Mark Bernardin's Fat Man on Batman. Yeah, well, we could do a whole hour on that one alone. but he always had a point. Mark Bernardin's son was talking about the Green Lantern movie, and like in that movie, there are people in it that are far better at being Green Lantern movies. And his son was like, "Dad, why is the movie about the one Green Lantern that doesn't know how to be a Green Lantern?" It kind of messed my mind, and I'm like, wow, what a good point. Like, seeing that ring in the right hands is just something. Yeah, but that would be, I would say, my weapon of choice. I know it's kind of a backdoor answer of like I'm answering with a comic book, but it is a movie. I don't even know. Strictly movies, maybe like I don't know. I'm just gonna pick something very random. The Gun and the Mexican. I don't know.
Okay. See, I thought that you were gonna choose the arc reactor.
Oh yeah.
I just based on your love of Tony Stark and your love of Robert Downey Jr. and for that movie in general. So I was going to lead that into maybe the Infinity Gauntlet, but now that I think about
the Infinity Gauntlet would kill me though. It eats everybody. I'm not Thanos. I can't. Even he got ate up by it.
It killed Iron Man when he had it.
Rest in peace, Tony. We miss you.
RIPs, RDJs. Also, so I would say if I had to choose a weapon, I want the time travel machine from the Terminator series. The ability to go back to a certain point in time and alter history forever.
It's so funny the way our minds work. I don't consider time travel to be a weapon. Michael's like, say some shit about me. I'll see you 25 years ago. That you weaponize.
I'm going to kill your mama.
Your mama's mama. Yeah, that's funny.
I'll stump the fuck out of baby Hitler. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. That's funny. No, that's dope. I can see that.
Yeah, that would be my weapon of choice. Because regardless of it, especially if we're going with the Terminator franchise where everything is a loop and everything plays out in the future, then eventually I win anyway because all I have to do is just get it right one time.
The only reason I might disagree is if we're going by full Terminator like rules.
Okay.
You go back in history and you're stuck. There's no back and forth in that movie. Like, get the DeLorean then. Because then you can reap the benefits of what you did.
Shit, there's a flaw in my design.
Yeah, because then you go back, you're like, I'll see you. You go back to 1990, you got no cell phone, no, like, polio's not been, or 1900, sorry. Like 1900, polio's not been cured yet. You got to still take a horse and buggy. The Industrial Revolution.
See, here's the problem.
Yeah.
If I take the DeLorean, then I have to go back in time and fuck my mom. And I'm just not down with that.
You don't have to. That movie, yeah. I understand. And we are playing by the rules.
That's right.
It might be a factor, yeah.
See, if we're playing by franchise rules, then I'm just not down to make out with my mom under any circumstances.
Yeah, like, I get it.
Listen, she's a hot chick back in the day. Credit where credit's due. I'm just not about that life.
Right.
Like, pure taboo and whatnot. You know.
I just know with the Terminator rules, you're going back and you're stuck, so you can't even reap the benefits of what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah.
But see, in this scenario, I'm going back like Michael Biehn, where I'm all like cut and shit, and I'm like a badass. So it works out.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Thank you, Jacob Jerkoff 127 at ontherealperson.net. What's next in the old user bag there? This next one comes from Juicy Butt Tucker at AOL. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got here. Favorite movie character of all time? That's a tough one.
Of all time?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All time.
All time. See, I could take it in a lot of different lights though.
Of all time? All time?
All times.
Movie character?
I think I could guess yours, but it'd be if I was picking for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
If I was picking for you, you would probably either be Troy from Reality Bites or Dante from Clerks. Or not Dante, Randall from Clerks.
Okay.
Yeah, Randall from Clerks.
That's pretty high up there. I'm
only not saying it's if you could be, what was the question? Oh, your favorite.
Favorite.
I think those two, I don't know if they're your favorite, but in terms of like, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, of like your respect for them, like the way that like the self that you want to be, maybe, is kind of like they're always like the sharpest guys in the world.
Wow, okay.
You know what I mean? Like you're perceived, like we all want to play a character in some way.
Sure. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Not
yeah.
an insult to you by any
No, no,
means,
no.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I don't know if like your favorite though. I wouldn't know. I would guess Quint from Jaws maybe.
That might be pretty high up there. That Quint from Jaws is pretty up there. Favorite of all time, it might be Randall. It you might have hit that one on the head, just because, like you said, he's the smartest character in the room at any given point, and more important than that, he he has a certain disrespect. Like he doesn't give a fuck
Right.
about what you think about him and about what you think about his opinions. He's already got it figured out, and there is a part of me that when you said Troy from Reality Bites, there was a big part of me like when I was a young kid, like young teenager. Troy was the coolest of cool. However, having watched that as an adult, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, they
He's
both
kind of a
kind of
dick.
are, but yeah.
But at least Randall is he has a certain je ne sais quoi in terms of he doesn't necessarily care that
He's harmless in a sense of like a lot of the other characters in that movie, like they come in and he goes on these tangents and they're just like, okay, Randall.
right.
You just move along. And it's
Right.
Like,
He
wow.
states his opinion, and some people just they either take it for face value or they take it to heart or whatever,
Right.
and they move on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's man.
So Randall might be high. If I had to choose, wait, what's the question? Favorite character?
Yeah, your favorite movie character.
Oh, okay. So favorite. Uh, mm, favorite ever. I'm gonna say Taylor from Planet of the Apes, just because for all the
off the top of my head.
Charlton Heston.
Oh, Charlton Heston. Okay.
From yeah, just because again, smartest guy in the room, doesn't give a fuck. He's in a weird situation to where he has no idea what's going on, and yet he still manages to be the coolest guy you've ever met, ever. Totally intellectual. He's an astronaut. He's a warrior. He's a lover. He's a fighter. Yeah, that might be the coolest guy ever. If either that or Quint, but Quint dies, so
yeah. He goes out like a gangster though.
Yeah, but he still dies.
Yeah. He becomes sharp chop suey.
So in that vein, if I had to choose for you, it would either
I'm so simple though. Like,
it would either be Neo from the Matrix, or Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby.
Explain Ricky Bobby. I get Neo.
Ricky Bobby just because you have an idea what works for you, and the people who are in that circle, like the John C. Reilly characters, or the ex-wife, like whenever she's into it, you're all about it, and then the second she's not about it, Ricky Bobby's like, "Fuck you, get out of my house," whatever. Like, and also because Ricky Bobby has such a big heart, like even in the worst of that movie where like John C. Reilly's married to his wife and literally moves into his house. They have that
crudely paste his photo.
They have that scene in the hot tub, like where John C. Reilly's like, "Hey, what's up with the hot tub?" Like, "Oh yeah, you just got to jig the hand a little bit, and you know that messes up sometimes." That's totally you.
He is like the most forgiving person ever.
Ever. So
and it takes everything in him just to confront him when he's 100% in the right. Yeah, that's not too far off actually.
You would be Ricky, and I mean that in the best of senses. You know, like Ricky Bobby is way dumb, and you're not that. But right. Just in terms of the way that you let people into your life, and you're like, shake and bake, baby. That's all. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, if you're in, you're in. That's
yeah.
Everybody that knows me, it's like you know if you made the cut or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll still be nice and polite or whatever. Yeah, you made the cut. You know.
But if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, Neo, I would say, man, he's pretty high on my list. I don't know about favorite movie.
Favorite?
That's tough, man. Like, again, I want to go back to John Leguizamo in the past. Like, I want to go back to The Ladies' Man because...
I like to party in the streets, cruise the streets.
Yeah, because he's Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny wins all of his confrontations.
That's dope, yeah.
Man, I really don't know.
Favorite?
Because
Favorite.
I'm trying to like.
It's not about you. It's about favorite.
Yeah. I feel like because I'm trying. It's hard for me because I'm weighing in like what some of my favorite performances are. But when I just think strictly about characters, maybe Dewey Cox in Walk Hard.
Okay.
He's brilliant. His mom is also shout out to Margot Martindale.
Oh no!
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Dewey Cox or probably Neo. Yeah, you're probably right on Neo.
That's a dude that kind of
Yeah,
comes into his own. He
yeah.
understands what he's about. He
Has his world shifted, and he's pretty fun to watch. I know everyone's like, oh, Keanu Reeves can't act or whatever. But
fuck you. Yes, he can.
yeah, we're gonna do a Matrix thing when the new one comes out. But yeah, they're pretty high on my list. I'd say John Leguizamo as the past, or both Dale and Brennan in Step Brothers too. Because that's so me. I'm such a man child. I'm like, let's eat some dinosaur chicken nuggets and Kraft macaroni and cheese and fight about it. But yeah, it's a tough one though. That could change any given day. What else is on the user mailbag?
Okay, so this one's coming from 22 blunts at fuckyouthisisabit.com. Who would you choose to plan your bachelor party from any movie?
Who would I plan to choose it?
No. What character, as I understand it, is what character would you choose from any movie to plan your bachelor party?
Troy, Vince Vaughn, and Swingers.
Oh.
Yeah, Troy, Vince Vaughn, and Swingers. That I would want to go to. What's Johnny Favs' character's name in that? If I could go to just one bachelor party, I mean Tony Stark's the easy answer because it's just going to be the most expensive cuisine and like all the most baller stuff ever. But when it comes to like a social setting of like, I would want to go to Jon Favreau's bachelor party of any character, any movie, because I know.
No. This is your bachelor party.
I know, but yeah. But I'm saying if I could take Troy and have him plan mine.
What?
Troy, I think that's Vince Vaughn's character's name.
Is it Troy?
I think so. Either way, Vince Vaughn character in Swingers, because I know he calls him Trent. Sorry,
Trent. Yes,
Trent.
that I
Troy
knew it wasn't Troy.
Yeah, Trent. Yeah, Trent. Vince Vaughn's character in Swingers.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite indie movies of all time.
You have these bear claws, and you're looking at this bunny like, what do I do with this bunny? What do I do? And all you gotta do is just swipe at this bunny, baby.
Exactly. It's such a great movie. I would want to do that because I would naturally be. I'm a lot like Jon Favreau in that movie in a lot of ways, but he would be uncomfortable, and I know I would be uncomfortable with what he had going on, but only because it would be more for him than it would be for anybody else. Yeah. He would be that guy that's like, hey, my boy's getting married like this. Like, he would just keep it going. But it would be all shit that he likes. And I would just kind of be along for the ride the whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just kind of seeing where it goes. Being like, he plans his own party, and then he's like, or the party for you, and he's like, oh, this is lame. Let's get out of here. And you're like, hey, man, why not? Yeah, Trent in Swingers. That would be my answer for that.
Who would I want to plan my bachelor party? Tony Stark's an obvious answer.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's and like
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, another one.
I would want. I had it earlier. I would want. I'm hitting a blank on the wall. Doc Brown. Or no. Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So they could get anybody.
Oh, what a
from
great answer.
Bill and Ted to plan my bachelor party because they could get anybody from any historical period to like. I can have Mozart on the piano. I can have fucking the Mata Hari fucking on the pole.
Man, that's a great answer.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. That would be the bachelor party to end all bachelor parties. Like, imagine if you could see Cleopatra fucking dancing.
Yeah, that's pretty
stripping
rad.
out like on the pole, just doing it for ducats. Meanwhile, you're having a conversation with like Alexander the Great about like philosophy and life in general, or you're talking to Stephen Hawking about the meaning of the universe. Meanwhile, you're smoking a joint with Bob Marley and fucking Cheech and Chong.
That might be the correct answer of this. Yeah.
That's it.
That might be the correct answer.
Bill and Ted to plan my bachelor party. That would be it.
That's a good one. I'm mad at myself for not thinking of that. Truly. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. I feel like those are two solid answers.
Okay. So next one is coming from XXX$187 Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre Drake at hotmail.com.
What's the joke in Rick and Morty when he's shutting down the clone or whatever? He's like, use passcode 8 == D. It's a dick joke.
And he asked, what is your favorite car/vehicle from any film or TV series?
I'll do one of each. This is easy for me.
One of each?
Yeah, I'll do one of each.
Break it down.
You
gonna do it like that?
I got it like
do
that,
like that?
son. Like that.
Like
son.
that?
When it comes to, I'm not a motorcycle rider, but the bike from Akira, it's just so rad.
Down.
It's so rad. It's so iconic.
Down.
I mean, yeah, the Batmobile, any iteration you get, whatever.
Put a pin in that. Okay.
I would take the '89 version. That's my favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I take the Batmobile from the animated series.
They're pretty close, but yeah. Yeah, no, they're both pretty rad. But yeah, the bike from Akira. Television show. Black Beauty from
the movie Black Beauty.
No,
with the horse.
No, I never. Yeah, that'd be great. Like, it's not an animal.
Oh, on a horse.
No, what am I thinking? A Green Hornet. Yeah, Green Hornet.
Oh.
Yeah, Green Hornet.
Wait. From the show or from the Seth Rogen movie?
The show.
Okay.
I like the look of it. It's rad.
That's a pretty dope looking ride.
Yeah, you get coffee and stuff
Not
on the
the
inside.
Not the lie.
Yeah. Or anything from Dallas. You ride around with a big money Dallas. I don't know anything from Dallas.
I got limousines, I got Cadillacs, I got Dallas.
Or Dynasty, one of them shits.
So if I had to take any vehicle, movie-wise, it would probably be the Millennium Falcon.
Damn it! That is a vehicle, isn't it? I was thinking here.
Millennium.
Yeah.
Or if I'm gonna go TV series, it would be the Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, I didn't think of those as vehicles, but yeah.
Oh wait, no, stop, stop. Not Battlestar. The Macross SDF-1.
Oh shit.
That would be my fucking vehicle right there.
Yeah, we're talking
hands
about
down.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Hands down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
you already made your choice.
Yeah,
no,
you're right.
You already made your choice.
Myself
you locked in.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm happy with myself. Get a fleet from Dallas. I'll be here on Earth holding it down. Cadillac.
Meanwhile, I got the SDF-1 that I'm just transforming on your ass.
So which one? Millennium Falcon?
Millennium Falcon from the movies. Just because it's so iconic. It's everything I want. Just me traveling around the road with my dog buddy, my best friend dog. And I get to shenanigans and get to kiss the girl at the end. Fuck yeah, let's do that.
I just feel like it takes a lot of maintenance. And I don't know how to fix spacecraft.
Hey.
In this hypothetical world.
Hey. She may not look like much.
Hey, there you go.
But that's the one.
Yeah.
Or the SDF-1, just in terms of
you got a fighter
a series, like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Hyper beam cannons with and the what was the maneuver? The Saturn maneuver, where he punches into the Zentradi ship and just unleashes a bunch of mechs.
Yep.
What was that called? God damn.
So you want the giant ship. You don't want you want the SDF-1.
Oh, I'm talking about the SDF-1.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A whole aircraft carrier with a city within. Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, we're talking space fleet, man. Oh my gosh, that's a long story on that one. Everyone's like, I mean, X-Wing's pretty rad, but I don't know. I kind of like I might go with the USS Enterprise. I just think it's a cool ship. I like it. I'm a Star Trek guy a little bit. All right. This next one is from Bill Cosby's dog. What drug?
Wait,
of course.
wait. Bill Cosby's dog. His name is Jello Pudding
Lord.
Pops.
Exactly. Yeah, his name would be Jello Pudding Pops. And this is a good question for him. What drug would you take from any movie? Low-hanging fruit there, buddy.
What drug? What was the movie where Bradley Cooper took a drug that unlocked like 90% of his brain?
Limitless?
Limitless. Yes. That's pretty high on my list, just off the top of my rip. Oh.
Michael's like, spice from Dune.
Let the spice flow.
Yeah.
The spice.
So that's your answer?
That might be the one, just because I want to see what happens when I can look into the future.
Okay. Mine is way different than yours.
Okay.
I don't do none of this shit anymore, but I would take whatever the hell Gary Oldman is taking in Leon the Professional. He spazzes out on that shit. It's like,
bring everyone.
Dude, yeah, he spazzes on that. I don't even do recreational drugs anymore, but my God, whatever he's on in that one.
It looks good.
Yeah. Or like the 30-year-old Quaalude from Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh.
Yeah, he's zoinked out. But I don't do drugs, kids, for all our thousands of millions of listeners.
Wait. So, just based on experience, would you take a Quaalude, like just off the rip? If I was like, yo, bro.
Yeah, if you put a Quaalude right now, yes, I would take it.
For reals?
Yes, I would take a Quaalude.
Just to see what it's like.
Just to say I did it. Yep.
Me fucking too.
I don't even, like
100%. 100%.
Just because, I don't know, it was a little before my time, but I don't know. He cracks me up in that movie just whenever he takes it, because I think it's like they allude to the fact that it's Quaaludes, but like Quaaludes don't do that to people, I don't think. So I think Luc Besson, the director of that movie, was just like, hey man, swing for the fences. Whatever you do, I'm shooting. So chew it up, man.
So interesting fact.
He like grinds his teeth, he leans his head back, and apparently it kicks in immediately. There is zero wait time.
No. In the movie, it takes like 4 hours to kick in. Like there's a whole point where they're like, it's not working.
Wait,
and then he
Leon
goes
the Professional?
Oh no! I'm sorry. No.
Oh yeah, I was talking about Leon
Wolf
the
of Wolf.
Professional.
I was talking about Wolf.
Oh yeah. No, I was back to Leon the Professional. That's the way my brain works. But no, because it whatever it is, it works immediately. He pops it in before he swallows it. He's already geeked out.
He's already fucked up.
Instant. There is no waiting on whatever that is. So yeah, I don't know. That's a silly answer, but that would be it.
So as I was talking about, interesting story. In Wolf of Wall Street, when Leonardo DiCaprio took the Quaaludes and he's crawling to his Lamborghini, apparently what happened was they had 4 cameras rolling, and he did that all in one shot. And it was the first take they did, and it was the best take, and that's what ended up in the movie. Just because, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it. Leonardo DiCaprio is the man. He's got multiple Oscar nominations. I was listening to an interview with Jeremy Renner the other day, and it was a scene in the...
Talk about Jay Ren.
Talk about Jay
Ren.
That's my dude. You want to talk my dude.
That's my boys?
That's my guy.
Talk about Hawk's eyes?
Hockey eyes?
Hockey eyes?
He's got the bow and the arrow, and he's flip.
Bows?
He's in the town, and he's in Hurt Locker. He's all give that man a statue. Anyways, no, he was talking about he did a scene for The Bourne. I think it was The Bourne Legacy.
Ultimatum.
No, he was the Legacy. Yeah.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I know this.
Call us back in the comments.
Yeah.
At # this is not a real thing.
I bet.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Get bent.
Yeah. But no, he was saying that he had to do this parkour scene where he like ran up a building or whatever, and you have to do it on your marks and everything like that as the camera follows him up. And he did it the first time, and he was like, all right, I think we can do it a little bit better. And the director asked him to do it again, and he did it. And he was like, all right, cool. And then Jeremy wasn't pleased with it. Renner wasn't pleased with it. So he did it like 18 more times, he said.
What?
And then the director came out and was like, yeah, I used the second take. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
That's dedication to your
Yeah.
craft, bro. That's
He
it.
said he did the second take, and he was like, "All right, cool, whatever."
All right.
All right.
So next question.
We got Zobear is red at netscape.com / please email these people because they really exist. Best fight scene ever.
Ooh, I got mine.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
In The Protector,
Okay.
where he's going up the spiral staircase, and it's a one-shot take, and all you see is Tony Jaa just wrecking people, just absolutely throwing people off the ledge. And if you have to understand this scene by seeing the behind the scenes and the extra footage, the amount of time and effort and coordination that went into this in terms of throwing out a mat, and we have to hit this mark at this point,
Right.
and at this point this stunt double is going to hit you with the thing, and it has to hit at the right point, and it's all one take. It's Game of Death, the entire movie,
Yeah.
but put into one scene. It's
like
just a
4 or 5
spiral
minutes.
staircase of Tony Jaa going up and kicking ass. One of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in my life, and to this day, it astonishes me, just in terms of absolute sheer mechanical parts. Maybe only topped by the entire movie of Mad Max Fury Road. Maybe.
Okay.
But if we're talking about one particular, like one scene, one scene.
I get that. My only issue with that, and I know exactly what scene you're talking about, and I've seen it dozens of times. My only issue with that, and I understand that it's because they're pressed for time, and the fact that like you can't, is that he kind of Steven Seagal's people in it. And if you know what I'm talking about, Steven Seagal has gotten to the point where he would just walk through motherfuckers.
Right.
He pokes somebody, and they're like crippled. And so there's some scenes where he just kind of like pushes somebody, and they're like a certain, not everybody, there's some people he legitimately jacks up.
Sure.
But like at some points he just goes behind a wall, one person runs out and he's like, and he knees them once, and then they're down forever. And it's like, all right, like I get that it works for the scene, but that would be my only gripe with that one. But no, it's a good choice though. Like you, I agree with you that cinematically, it is so cool to watch. It is Game of Death. You hit the nail on the head. It is Game of Death summed up in like 3 or 4 minutes perfectly.
And one continuous scene.
Yeah, in one shot. Man, this is a tough one for me. Because y'all very well still will find out I'm a huge Kung Fu movie fan. If it's not, this scene is so good that you can simply just say what it is and everybody knows what you're talking about. You can just say the lobby scene and everybody knows you're talking about the Matrix. But I feel that one of them topped it. And it's just my personal opinion here. The hallway fight scene in Raid, or the Raid, the very ending when they both fight Mad Dog. That guy, I think it's Gareth Evans or Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards
directed that, and it's just like that movie does the best multiple person versus one. Like the 2 versus 1 at the end is just like it's insane. Like the brutality of it. Like I'll just focus on the hallway fight scene, but like the brutality of it with these guys throwing knives. The one dude gets his head kicked in the wall like 1, 2, 3 times on the way down. They're stabbing people in artery. Like it is so graphic. And Iwa, what's his name? Iwa something. The star of it is just the way he gets exhausted throughout the fight.
Yeah,
it's like a callback to Old Boy. Old Boy does it in one shot, which I appreciate, and the fact that like the exhaustion kicks in, like that was led in very much so to like the Daredevil fight scene.
Yes. Yeah.
The hallway fight scene in the Raid isn't one take, but there's a lot of movement per take. Like this dude's doing like 100 and some odd moves per, and then camera cut, and it's flawless. Like you see the exhaustion in everybody, like, and everyone like is just jacked up by the end of it. That to me is like just sheer fight scenes. We're talking about a fight scene. Yeah, watch that. Just Google the Raid hallway fight scene, and you will not be disappointed. But it is not for the squeamish. So yeah.
But that I've seen that scene before, and it ties into the Daredevil Netflix show. Like it's very similar in terms of like
I think they did it first, but it's more Old Boy like. Daredevil did that kind of scene in one take, which it wasn't if you look for movie magic.
Right.
But yeah, Old Boy's really high up there. Again, the fight between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. It's great.
Can we talk about the scene?
We talked about it last episode.
Let's just talk about this.
We can talk about it 1,000 times.
If you look at Chuck Norris and his chest hair,
it's magnificent.
There is no way that man came into that scene and didn't say, "You got to curl my chest hair."
Oh, that shit was premeditated. Undoubtedly.
That guy came in with some primo, like Farrah Fawcett chest hair.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like
magnificent.
completely blown out. That man, like you didn't think like we don't have chest hair curlers. I had to invent that shit.
Yep. He's like, I press and perm this shit for 8 hours before I step on set. And you think I'm just gonna let you manhandle me, Bruce? No, sir, not today. Oh man,
that might be one of the.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But I still would go the Ray as just a pure visceral like fight.
Wait a minute. Can we just meet in the middle and just say that Return of the Dragon, Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris might be the greatest fight scene ever?
It's up there.
I mean,
it's up there.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you wrong, but it's up there. It's one of the most important, I would say. I mean, Bruce Lee did so much.
Cutting out all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Cutting out. Forget everything we just said. That might be the perfect meeting of versus.
It does the best job, in my opinion, of like, this is the final boss.
Yes.
Type of stuff.
Yes.
Like, you know that like one of these guys is not leaving this Coliseum. And it's ultimately like, yeah. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object, like, to a T.
Yeah.
So it's
Bruce Lee rips out his chest hair. Like
and blows it back out.
On camera. And blows it out. That might be the best.
Yeah.
That's it. we're gonna just agree on this. That may be the best.
That was on the last week's, but yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so moving on to the next is Hell Yeah, I Suck Toes at myspace.com. And it is, what was your first movie crush?
Ooh.
Movie crush.
I know Michael's going to get R-rated with this one.
No. I got it.
Go ahead then. Go ahead.
So it's a twofold.
Okay.
First one was Jennifer Connelly in Labyrinth.
Okay.
I was maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, whatever, like about that age.
I'd say closer to 8, but I don't know. I don't know when that movie came out.
It was the first reaction I ever had to, she's pretty.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the first reaction I ever had as a little kid of like, oh, she makes me feel kind of funny, like when we used to climb the rope in gym class.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, I can respect that.
So that and Princess Leia in the Jabba the Hutt scene from Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Just didn't understand why I felt that way about her, but just there was a certain attraction to that. I was too young to understand it at the time, but it just made me feel some kind of way.
I love how like you did that whole thing and you kept it PC.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's not go into it.
No, I know that Carrie Fisher was like had a big pushback of like, can y'all please stop calling it the slave outfit? Like, and I know Disney kind of jumped on board of like, let's not do that anymore. Which good on them. But I mean, it is what it is. But it was just so funny. Like normally you say the slave outfit, it's like you already know what you're talking about. But no, I can see that. My first crush. All right, live action was April O'Neil in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Wow.
Yeah, live action was that.
Really?
Yeah, she just seemed so cool. Like I don't know, she seemed like kind of the apple of everybody's eye. She was like kind of flirtatious and like, I don't know. April O'Neil I always thought was kind of had a thing for her. It was a personality thing. I'm big on personality. When I would say just straight up, like, what's going on here, like, would either be Princess Jasmine or more. Well, actually, no. Before that, I would say Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Jessica Rabbit had it going on. She had the ba ba boom through.
Okay, so that ties into the second question that we have from Austin316 at don'tbelievethis.com.
Okay.
Which is, who is your favorite human / not human crush?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could consider Jessica Rabbit a humanoid.
100%.
Okay, but we're not talking cartoons though, right? You mean like animal or whatever? What do you mean?
Cartoon is not human, sure.
Okay, yeah. Well, then that. Other than that, and I think this is going to be your answer too. The fox from Robin Hood, the animated one, the lady.
You're talking about Maid
Marian. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh.
Yeah, Maid Marian, the foxes. She can get it.
Yeah, but also could Robin Hood a little.
Robin Hood is a handsome guy. So I'll say that. Yeah.
I mean, like, he had the fucking leotard or the short shorts that kind of almost covered his dick, and I kind of wanted to be like,
he was smooth as eggs.
Just bend over just a little bit and let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, there's a whole network of community of people apparently that are like, there's an online community that want to bang both of those foxes.
Okay.
That's what I think somebody was talking about. It was not me. I did not do the research, but I take people.
We're not into furries. Like I just want to be clear on this. Like,
yeah.
But also, Hollywood from
Cool World.
From Cool World.
2 points.
100%.
What are the non-human, or what are humans called? Noids.
Noids and doodles.
Noids and doodles. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a trivia question for y'all that we did not just do. Yeah, noids and doodles. Noids and doodles
do not have sex.
My friend Trevor loved that movie. He was a big Brad Pitt guy. He loved Cool World. I saw it a few times. I was like, it's all right. I like Roger Rabbit better though. I think Roger Rabbit's an amazing movie. Bob Zemeckis he's such a treasure. Back to the Future.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Jessica Rabbit made me feel a certain way that I was not ready to accept.
I thought Princess Jasmine was hot too. I know I'm gonna get shit on because it's like, well, those proportions are so. I'm talking about I was a kid. Like, I don't know. Yeah, times have changed. I understand it's unrealistic.
But also, she's pretty fucking hot.
She's pretty hot.
Let's just accept that fact. And she was drawn to be sexy, so just...
The whole lounge singer vibe. Like, I just like the feel of that movie.
I can show you the world.
Yeah. Jessica Rabbit, yeah. I liked her whole lounge singer vibe. Jasmine was just cool. I like brunettes. Whatever. I get it. Anyways, yes.
Also, Air Bud. He's kind of sexy.
Air Bud. Hold up. Oh, this is a different question. This is not from the user bag, but I have a philosophy that whoever your favorite Ninja Turtle is like a personality test.
Oh?
Yeah. And we were talking about April O'Neil earlier. So I know the answer to Michael's because I've known him my whole life, and we were the target audience for Ninja Turtles, especially myself. Like, yeah, dude. Like, that's why when The Matrix came out, like, I was into Karate Kid. I was into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, all the cool ninja shit. Like, that was my childhood growing up.
Which, by the way, thank you for not spoiling The Matrix for me.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I'll be thanked every episode, every week. But I have a philosophy that whoever you say your favorite Ninja Turtle is a personality. It's like a personality test.
Go ahead. Let's dive deep.
Mine is Raphael, and most people I really fuck with on a real serious level, they know that that's the correct answer. I always ask people.
You're wrong.
No, I always tell people, I go, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? I said, there is no wrong answer, but there is a correct answer. And the correct answer is Raphael. He's a rude, crude dude, bro. I know, yeah. Michael's, you can pick up on immediately. You can guess Michael's.
It's all about skateboarding, pizza parties, nunchucks, and just being a cool dude.
Michelangelo. And by the way, I got
combat cold cuts.
I wish more people would get a pizza, and I've done this once, and the joke fell completely flat. I opened it up and went, please, a moment to reflect. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, dude. Act like you didn't see that movie when you were a kid. If you're anywhere close to my age. Yeah, I could do a whole thing on the Ninja Turtles. I'm so glad that there's an iteration for every generation. They're not like my Ninja Turtles, but I'm still so glad that they're around. All right, this next one is from.
We're just gonna move on.
We're just moving on, yeah. I forget what.
Just fucking no transition.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 427 at Publish. Publish.com.
At Publish.com.
Oh man, this is a bad question. Which celebrity would you like to fight? I don't know, man. Christopher Reeves. I don't know. I don't want to get beat up.
Wait. This absolutely depends on at what point are we talking about Christopher Reeves?
I just don't want to get beat up. Everyone's like these Nancy boy actors, and I'll get folded up. I know who I wouldn't want to fight is somebody like John Barenthal, because run up on that dude, make sure your people are there because you might get embarrassed.
For real.
Michael Jai White is legit with the shit.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
I would not want to fight him.
Yeah, he just seemed like obviously the Jason Statham of the world.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, run up on Mike.
No.
Bah, bah, bah. Test a 2-piece and a biscuit real quick.
Who would I want to fight? Oh. Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley.
Why'd you want to fight me?
Because I want to fight Gandhi.
Oh, yeah.
Because fuck him.
I don't know. Jared Leto, because that dude.
Because
I will rant for 4 hours about. Look, I know he's a good actor. I know he's talented. I'm not.
But you could take him in a fight.
Some people just rub you the wrong way. That guy just rubs me the wrong way, and I'm just like, every time I see him, I'm like, ugh. But I end up watching whatever the fuck he's in, so whatever. Again, he's probably a really nice dude. I don't know, but every time I see him, it just oozes douchery. So I'd like to take a shot at him.
Well, if we're going down that road, then I'm gonna say Michael J. Fox is who I would like to fight.
Current Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
That's the same reason I want to fight Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to get folded up.
Yeah. Just because, fuck him. Like,
yeah. No, I don't know. There's a lot of people I wouldn't want to smoke with, but.
So this is going to come from jfk.junior@qanon.gov. Why is Tucker so gay?
We love Tucker. Look, everyone's on the gay spectrum a little bit. Oh man, is that our end of our mailbag?
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is coming from Harvey Weinstein at miramax.com/I did nothing wrong. What is your favorite sex scene in a movie?
Oh, I know my answer.
I know mine.
MacGruber.
Oh,
MacGruber.
definitely not the same as mine.
My favorite. It's not passionate by any means, but like the noises and stuff. It got me, and then they do it again. Oh god, it just gets me. It was immediately my favorite sex scene of all time. The one in Walk Hard is pretty funny too. I don't know.
The one in Walk Hard.
Yeah, Walk Hard is pretty funny too. But
I want to
know when they finally gets out of rehab and she hits him with the shoe and it's funny.
Because it's so violent and
it's so over the top.
Yeah.
But no, MacGruber it gets me every time. I'm gonna shoot. It's so funny. I don't know. All right, here's the honest confession. When I was a kid, I understood that the guy likes the girl, whatever,
mm-hmm.
and there are a lot of movies are the guy gets the girl or the girl gets the guy or whatever. I always thought as a kid that it was so heavily implied at this point that them kissing and making out and all that stuff was just such a waste of time. And I would roll my eyes at it every time. Not because I was like, ew, adults kissing. It was just like, all right, get on with it.
Right. Are we gonna see people fucking or not?
Yeah, and even then, I don't know. So I'm trying to think of a heavy. I don't really watch a lot of romance movies. Nothing really comes to mind. I'm sure I'm missing something really low hanging fruit that I would think about as soon as I stop hitting record. But yeah, I don't know. I always was just kind of unless it's really tastefully done, it's like a martial arts scene. Unless you can tell a story during it,
Mm-hmm.
it's so heavily implied usually by that point, and I don't really care about it enough to be like, oh, finally, like let's see your love expressed on like.
Sure.
Unless it's really like imperative as the hows and the whys, I personally just feel so much of it is superfluous. That's just my take.
So
I know I'm a weirdo. Whatever.
So the scene in, for example, like Titanic, where they
never seen Titanic. Full confession.
Okay.
Never seen Titanic.
Thanks for crushing that.
Yeah.
That,
no, I know enough about it. I watched. My friend Seth had it on tape, and we fast forwarded through. Like, I got to see Kate Winslet's boobs when I was like young, and then, but I don't know, that movie never.
Which also, good job.
Yeah, I saw the scene where the boat goes down. That was really cool to watch. But it just never appealed to me. Maybe it was the hype machine, and like every girl my age was just like Titanic.
Sure.
It became like Hanson to me. It was just like, I don't care to see this. Like,
right.
You know, and like, no disrespect, Hanson, you do your thing. I'm glad y'all made it.
But
like,
it was blasé. It was so oversold.
Yeah, I was never. So I never committed to watch it, and then it just so much time passed, and I'm just like, yeah, I just don't care to watch it. Like, they tell you what's gonna happen in the first before they change the first reel, so I don't know. But anyways, that's just my take on it. Like, I can't think. I'm sure there's a lot of really tastefully, really well done, really like. But I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. But so MacGruber is my fill-in answer for now.
So my favorite sex scene, and this is gonna come across as completely rude, but Jennifer Connelly, ass to ass.
Yeah, I got problems with that movie.
Okay, it's not my favorite because I'm totally into it, or like it's not like masturbatory fantasy.
Right. It's a dark scene.
But I remember that scene as a sex scene more than anything else that has ever happened in any other movie. Maybe Conan the Barbarian, where he was fucking a bunch of chicks and they were just all about it, but like, whatever. But that scene, in terms of sex, has stuck with me forever. Just the ass to ass.
Yeah.
The total breakdown of it's my favorite only because it shows the depravity and the
of where these characters started and where they are now. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I only take umbrage with that in the sense that, and it's not because of that scene. I just have a big issue with Requiem for a Dream. It just turns into a smut movie. Like, everyone's like, I love that movie. I'm like, no, you like the soundtrack and the
sure, yeah, right, yeah.
Everyone, but if you watch the last clip is, to me it just
the last 30 minutes of that movie is a horror show.
And to me it just was like, it was just over. It's sometimes, and again, I'm being critical of people. I cannot do movies better than any one of these people. I can just sit around and run my fucking flip chops about what I think about it. But like, it almost got to the point where my same problem I take with Quentin Tarantino movies, some of it, where it just gets to be overly excessive of like, now we're just being violent and gratuitous just to do it. And
sure.
It doesn't.
Sure.
And like, to me, Requiem for a Dream just devolves into a smut movie, and it's literally like something I could see myself watching at some like X-rated theater back in the day of just like, well, we're going to show all these like some brain control simulation that somebody's trying to run, or you know what I mean, like where they got your eyes peeled open like Clockwork Orange, and it just devolves so quickly. It is memorable though in the fact that like it does show where the characters were and where they are now. But I guess the only other scene that like I can kind of think of that really, and I don't say this to be funny, but it's like Brokeback Mountain. It's a hell of a scene, but like,
I can't quit you.
You can't say that scene, again, the way they show it, you may disagree with. It's a pretty important scene. It's pretty pivotal. Like, oh, we crossed that threshold officially. So
yeah, in a big way.
Yeah. Again, you might, the way it's shot is like, whoa, that one came out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't have an issue with that. But like, I don't know, just to me, the score going is just like, all right, I get it. Like,
listen, I'm not gonna say that I didn't come hard to both of those scenes. It just made me feel awkward.
Yeah.
I felt bad about it afterwards.
Yeah, I get it.
Which is why I feel that I'm still human.
I get it, man. All right. Plowing ahead.
Okay.
Plowing ahead.
So, last question is, and this comes from pugpuppy97 at geekmail.com.
Geek Mail.
Geek Mail.
Still around kicking.
Come.
At net zero.
Look up Net Zero.
Yeah.
And they have to ask, if you could have one comic book, what would it be? One comic book for the rest of your life.
One comic book. I'm going to exclude, for money's sake, I would want first appearance of Spider-Man or first appearance of Superman or first appearance of Batman. For a money standpoint, but as a fan standpoint, maybe I think it has a dope cover. I think it's just an important book. Maybe Uncanny X-Men, Giant Size #1.
Oh, where they bring
or Giant Size X-Men #1, like
where they bring in Wolverine and Colossus.
Yeah, where Claremont revamped it from the first class X-Men and brought it into the modern times. I think that's a really important book. Again, it's one of those things where I would read it and then just leave it just to say I read it. But like from a money standpoint, like financial security, like yeah, give me the first appearance of Superman.
No, just this is just one comic book.
Yeah,
if you could have just in your possession.
Oh, yeah, that okay. For reading, if it's one that's like this is the only comic.
No, you have it, so you can read it as many.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm saying
as I interpret.
Yeah, I guess to take it in a different route. If we're talking about like one that will consistently entertain me, like if I can only read one, and I would have to say probably Mouse or Watchmen.
Okay.
The Dark Knight Returns. And I don't know, maybe something like I don't know. Marvel doesn't have one of those. They have a lot of good books, but those are like the ones that kind of surpass the medium in that sense of like, yeah, maybe Watchmen. There's a lot to Watchmen.
Sure. Yeah. It's
kind of yeah.
That's one of those. Every time I read it, I get something new out of it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many times I've read it, there's always something that draws me into it to where I never noticed it before. There's a line or a panel or some piece of art where I'm like, oh my God, I have a new appreciation of this.
Yeah, it's so much subtlety, and again, like I said, it's one of those that surpasses the medium. It's like you don't have to be a fan of comic books to read Watchmen. But so I guess if it's just a strictly like, oh, you have one comic book to read and entertain you, probably one of those. If it's just like, hey, you get to have this book for the rest of your life, yeah, probably Giant Size X-Men. What about you?
I would probably say, just in terms of pure enjoyment, in terms of if I'm going to read a comic book and I get nothing but excitement out of it, it might be the...
Let's keep it to a book, not a run. You know what I mean? Like, not a run.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's keep it to a 12 issues of like, bam. You know what I mean? Not
because I'm between two, and one of them
graphic novels.
Sure. You know what I mean? Watchmen, in and of itself, is one of those that every time I read it, I get something new out of it. Appreciation of it. But also, Kingdom Come.
That's a good one.
I know that you have feelings about that one, and it's not necessarily one that you are.
No, I like Kingdom Come.
But just the way that they take the DC universe and turn it into a what if scenario in terms of like,
it's wholly original.
If this is what really happened, if we took all of these heroes at face value and turned them into this is what's happening in our real lives, it's an interesting take.
Yeah, no, I don't really have that much issue with Kingdom Come. It's wholly original, and like you said, it's a a quote unquote realistic take on like if this were to happen, this is a way that it could unfold.
And then you get
the art is brilliant. You can just read the art. Read the art, you know what
I mean? What's his name?
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. Yeah. Just doing the art. I mean, anytime you get Superman and Batman in their old forms, like at their their senior citizens and at the end of their run, and having them meet and yeah, it's just it's spectacular.
Anyways, Kingdom Come. Yeah.
Kingdom Comes. Yeah. So yeah, that's mine. Anything else we want to talk about?
Anything else we want to talk about?
Favorite nude scenes and
favorite nude scenes. I think we did that right.
We talked about that one.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
Is that a wrap on this episode or?
Yeah, we hit an hour. Fuck it.
All right. Cool. Cool. Let's pause for now and then we can come back to it.
So, signing out for now, this is going to be Marvelous Mike D, and we appreciate all of your emails to our non-existent...
yeah, exactly.
to our non-existent website.
When we actually start to post this, I'll open up a select email account, and you can email whatever. Just spam it. I don't care. Ask us real questions, but we'll let you know in the future.
So hit us up at www.noneofthismatters.html.gofuckyourself. Also, none of this matters.
I feel like there's some low-hanging fruit questions that we missed, but
we'll get to them later. So when we actually set this up, hit us up. Hit us with your questions. We'll answer them.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're signing out, man. Y'all have a good one.
Get the fuck out.